Hi, Bronco fans. It's Chad, it's Danny, it's Bronco Planet. Chad, here we are at the receiving end of what?
A 3-game winning streak is what we're at, baby. Woohoo, man.
Awesome.
We are on our way, man. We are going to the Super Bowl, buddy. I'm telling you, not too early. Going to the bowl, baby.
Well, the only thing that concerns me, not to be the Debbie Downer in this whole thing, the negative Nancy, if you will, is it kind of seemed like in the first half, even through 3 quarters, that Denver was almost playing down to the competition.
Well, a little bit. I mean, it's a road game, right? And it's early, and you know, some things didn't work out. I mean, there was a time where Lance Ball decides he wants to get involved and not block and let the ball sit at the 1-yard line. We had some dropped, perfect Peyton Manning throws early on, so it wasn't always flowing right, but that's a sign of a good team. It wasn't a great game. McGahee has 66 rushing yards,
right.
Some
kind
drop,
of ugly yards. Weren't
yeah,
they?
yeah, it was hard. Yeah, I mean, there for a while he was averaging like a yard a carry or less than that, so it was a little sloppy to begin with. But Peyton Manning ends up almost 300 yards if his receivers help him out. 3 touchdown passes, and we get a road win. So that's what good teams do. They find a way to win on the road.
Now, you and I watch this game, and of course, Peyton hasn't thrown an interception now in a while.
It's been a while.
And the funny thing is, you're calling it right as he said it. Decker stopped the run. You put it on Decker, not Peyton.
Well, the first one, I thought Decker's job is to get in there. It's just like in basketball, right? You cut in the lane, you got to get that inside track, and I just don't think he was positioned right. Second one, clearly Peyton Manning's fault. I think he took credit for the interception after the game. So, you know, a little bit. I did think, though, that at one point there, I think Decker was targeted 11 times in this game.
Right.
A little too focused by Peyton on Decker there for a while. Maybe the fact that Thomas dropped a couple easy ones puts you in the doghouse, and you don't get some for a while.
But the bottom line, once again this week, if you look at the old stat sheet, Peyton Manning spreading the ball around, 8 different receivers this go around again. Kind of, you know, I like streaks. You know, I like records. I like those types of things. And you look at 3 of the drop passes by Denver receivers, very easy passes to catch, and if any one of those 3 drops were a catch, Peyton gets his 3, the streak stays intact. I'm a little pissed, but you know, we get over these things. We can start new streaks. Speaking of records,
how about
holy underpants?
I think you're going Trendon Holliday with
my gosh,
105 yards, and we got to give some credit out when we do the little preview for the Carolina show. We're going to have Chris here, so we'll do the playback then.
Oh, sure,
but Chris predicts it. He says we're going to have a special teams touchdown. We've been covering this for a couple of years. Chris has never predicted a special teams touchdown, and lo and behold, right before our eyes, Carpenter makes us look bad and calls it right on the spot.
Well, I tell you what, and, you know, there's been multiple times on this show, folks, that we have been nothing more than right. Absolutely on the head right. Chris got it right. You know, the Denver special teams has been blasé at best, and when Trendon Holliday
let's just pause for a second. Sorry to interrupt, but we got to give Chris a Chris knows best. Let's just pause for a second because he deserved that.
Hang on.
Can you want to see that up close?
Proceed.
Chris knows best.
All right, so we admit it. Chris does know best. So some of that, you know, Holiday's
no living with this guy now.
Exactly.
You know, after that. But honestly, let's talk about the Denver special teams because we never really do. They've been kind of blasé. They've been kind of meh, you know, at best. Holliday came in with the hopes of doing something, and it got off to a little bit of a rocky start. Dropped a few punts. It's kind of funny in the realm of social media. You know, Bronco Planet. We try to encompass everything, not just here with you on BroncoPlanet.com, but on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. They were getting on Holliday, even, you know, almost right up into the point
me as well, right? The guy comes in and he fumbles in his first game, and we're like, hey,
indecision, couple of bad moves, you know, whatever it is, and then the guy rips off 105 yards, a Denver record, by the way, because we love records here. Trendon Holliday.
Great job. And not only that, the whole special teams, you look in at, you know, that punt returner for the Bengals was really pretty good.
Yes,
in the fact that he would take it and then just get hit. I think Omar Bolden killed him, Bruton on another time, and then Matt Prater gets asked to come in and kick a field goal, makes it again. I think he may be 10 for 10, just rough guess, but he has not missed this year, been on fire. So a lot of things going right for the Denver Broncos. When a lot of things go right with the Denver Broncos, you know what that means, Danny.
The big W. And big prizes.
Oh, yes.
What do we got this week?
We've got the prize monkey. Let's cut to the prize monkey. Let's make it happen, buddy.
Cue the monkey.
Prize monkey! That monkey's funky!
You know, nothing says humping a football shad like the prize monkey, because he does it just about every week. And you know, be thankful that we don't show that to you. Who's our big winner this week?
Big winner is Toby King is the winner of the Jake Plummer jersey. All you got to do, buddy, you've got our email already, because obviously you gave us your answers. And the answers, by the way, Demarius Thomas kicked us off last week, followed by Wesley Woodyard, who ends up being the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. So that's how we roll here. You know,
congratulations. And speaking of Wesley Woodyard, let's kind of shift our focus real quick to the defense. Woodyard had a huge week against the Saints. What happens this week? Yep, does nothing but lead the Denver defense in tackles, but there's a bigger story here.
Yeah, hey, Von Miller was on fire, man.
Yes,
3 sacks, should have been 4, almost got his arm around him. Really starting to close the gap on J.J. Watt, who's leading the NFL in sacks, but Von Miller just, you know, he's got so much speed, goes around the end, and then you just know a couple times a game he's just going for the snowplow.
Anytime the bull rush of a 330-pound tackle,
awesome.
It's just fun to see.
Yeah.
Because it's clumsy, it's awkward, it's funny. I mean, and it's the ha-ha factor is raised quite a bit. But you know something, a guy that we haven't really mentioned too much, and it's not that he's, you know, putting up Von Miller type numbers or Wesley Woodyard type of sacks or tackles rather, is Mitch Unrein.
Mitch Unrein has been pretty consistent. Does Justin Bannon, pretty consistent. Derek Wolfe, pretty consistent. And where we really had some big holes last year was that defensive middle.
Yes.
And those guys have come together, you know, and done a pretty darn good job after, you know, we lost Ty Warren yet again this year. So, hey, it's those guys stepping up, doing good things. The Bronco defense continues to, you know, do a pretty darn good job. And Champ, was that fun to watch Green and Bailey go at it? Champ gets an interception to close out the day, but Green has his share. So great game all together. I think this is getting together a pretty darn solid
It is.
team.
You know something? And just 2 years ago, this is a quick Bronco Planet poll, because we were down at Jackson's for the Bronco draft 2 years ago. We cover all this stuff live. And when Von Miller was taken number 1, I mean, half of this place went yay, and the other half went crap, because they wanted a guy like Darcel or
Darius.
Darius, yeah. Where's Darius today?
Darius, I don't know, but I know he had some off-the-field issues, and he's no Von Miller, I can tell you that.
We're looking. Where are you at there, Darcel?
Yes.
Nope. All I know is we've got an outside linebacker / defensive end that's right now rivaling the sack leader, not just for the AFC, but the NFL in Von Miller. It's just great. I mean, this is, and the play at our interior linemen on the defensive side have been wonderful as well. So, Darius...
Yep, you got it, man.
Yeah.
Great stuff happening. So I guess we can wrap it up here pretty early. We've talked about the offense. Decker, obviously, huge game, 2 touchdowns. Good to see Joel Dreesen, our former CSU Ram, having a good game. Von Miller tearing up on the defensive side. And then Chris Harris and Tony Carter continue to just be super studs for young guys that are virtually, you know, one of them undrafted, maybe both undrafted. I think if Carter was drafted, it was very low. So great things are happening. You got to be happy. We're going to the bowl. I'm telling you right now, we're going to the bowl.
It's one game at a time for me.
The bowl,
and it's you know, the other heartwarming thing is that this kind of stuff is getting done. Broncos still have not allowed a 300-yard passer all year long. That includes Brady, that includes Breeze, that includes Matt Ryan.
Lots of good freaking people.
Yeah, today was 299, almost there, but you know, almost doesn't count. That's kind of a stat that nobody really is talking about. That is kind of a big deal. Tracy Porter. That's kind of the other thing. His illness is still prevalent. The warm fuzzy for me is not so much that he's ill, is the fact that a guy like Chris Harris is coming in and we just keep doing this. I'm going Dante Culpepper right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
I didn't.
Neither did I. But it's
even
just
with your mother's
just
glasses, I didn't see that.
And the point being is that you can take a guy like Porter out of the equation. And things are still rolling forward with the defense. So who do we got next week?
Well, next week, Chris and I will be here later in the week to break down. We got Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton
could be a problem.
I'm not so worried about his arm, but he certainly can scramble and run a lot. We have not really had, you know, we bring so much heat.
Right.
It does concern me a little bit with Cam Newton, because if you bring that heat and he gets out, there's a lot of running room. So hopefully guys, speedier guys, you're starting to see in the Broncos lineup with Trevathan and DJ Williams almost back. He's got to wait till after the Carolina game. But, that'll be a big game. We'll break it all down for you
Real quick,
yes, sir.
Another just clap of the hand for Keith Brooking.
Yes,
you know something. Again, Joe Mays gone for the year, lost friend of the show. Keith Brooking comes in. He's a 14-year vet, been around a little while, and he's done nothing but shore up that middle of the defense. And a little clap of the hands for Keith Brooking. Sure. And a guy that he's just so smart. Is he the fastest guy on the field? No, not by a long shot. But he just always seems to be in the right place at the right time, and that could be the difference maker for a guy like Cam Newton.
Yep. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. Yep. Great things are happening, though. Broncos now still a game ahead of the Chargers, 3-game winning streak, and we got a schedule that looks pretty favorable.
Right.
A little worried about the Raven game just because it's away. I don't know. I'm starting to really feel better about your prediction earlier on in the year than mine on overall win record. But it'll all unfold. But either way, we go to the big show.
It is what it is. We should probably, every one thing that we failed to do every now and again. Of course, this is an election year, is a little public service announcement because we're all about the planet. You know something?
Okay.
We take care of everything. So, November 6th, Tuesday is coming. Make sure you go out there and you exercise your right to vote. Could be for Barack Obama, our president. It could be for Mitt Romney. It could be for Joe Coors or who's the other guy? Ed Duck Butter or Pearl Mutter or whatever.
All I know is those commercials are about to end, and that's a good thing.
Which is really the point of this whole PSA is that come Tuesday, no more commercials. So for Shad, I'm Danny. Go Broncos. We'll see you next week.